Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ADAudit Plus's 4-day workshop series. Today would be day 4, the last day of the series, and we'll be starting soon. For those of you who've joined in early, please make yourselves comfortable and respond into the chat box with a yes or okay if you can hear my voice and see my screen clearly. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jeff. I'm Mark Lloyd, Product Expert, ADAudit Plus, and I'll be your presenter for this workshop. I also have beside me another product expert, and he'll be answering all your questions today. We have a dedicated 10-minute question and answer session at the end of today's workshop, so feel free to ask us anything and we'd be happy to answer them. You can also drop in your questions when the session is in progress too. If any one of you have missed out on any of these workshops, day 1, 2, 3, you can get them from the links. Just drop in your email ID and I'll be happy to send them over. So this is what we've done before. We've got your ADAudit taking. This is what we've done before. We've got your Active Directory environment and ADAudit Plus setup. We've gone through indispensable AD reports and alerts that meet help security and compliance needs on day 2. We've learned what ADAudit Plus has to offer more than just Active Directory auditing. And today, we'll be learning how to get the most out of ADAudit Plus. Getting straight into today's workshops, here are the topics that we'll be discussing today. We'd learn how to enhance network security by forwarding logs to your SIEM solution. We'd learn how to monitor password read or modify actions via LAPS, your local administrator password solution. We'd also learn to customize ADAudit Plus to better suit your specific needs, which includes delving deep into custom reports, schedule reports, customizing your dashboard, alerts and script automation, delegation. Today we have a lot in store. And as I told you before, we'll end the session with a 10-minute question and answer. So SIEM, Security Information and Event Management tools, have simplified the process of aggregating, correlating, and analyzing security information in one single console. ADAudit Plus works in conjunction with your SIEM tool by forwarding intelligent reports and security event information without the frustration of having to switch between applications. So ADAudit's SIEM integration really helps you maximize the potential of your existing SIEM infrastructure by forwarding logs to your SIEM console in real time. You can also export ADAudit Plus's logs to a syslog server using the appropriate protocols and syslog standards. So let me show you ADAudit. Just give me a second. So here, just hit /. This brings up the quick search tab. Type in SIEM. This gets you to the SIEM integration configuration page. For you to enable forwarding of ADAudit Plus data, just click this checkbox. And here you'd see we have 3 formats in which you can forward your data. The syslog or SIEM format, Splunk, and CEF, Common Event Format. With this feature from ADAudit Plus, you can extend your SIEM investments capabilities to make better and more informed decisions. You have You just put in your syslog server here, which port, choose the right protocol, the syslog standards, whether it is RFC 3164 or RFC 5424, and you get a sample of how your data format looks. You can also choose which categories of information you choose to forward to ADAudit Plus. You can choose to forward alerts information, logon information, account creation information alone, or simply put, you can forward any information that you can get from ADAudit Plus to your SIEM solution. This eliminates the need to learn separate tools to increase productivity. It improves consistency and reliability of audit information, and it also boosts the overall performance of your security system. Moving over to extending your local administrator password solution's capabilities to monitor labs, or local administrator password solution to password read or modify actions. So local administrator accounts have full access to the machines they are located on, and they can assign rights and permissions to users as necessary. But as we all know, managing local administrative accounts have always been a problem. And in the past, most of us have been using a common username and password to simplify access for help desk admins. This was just standard practice. Everybody would use a username such as admin, go in with a password of just say password@123. This was just standard practice, and this left systems vulnerable to attacks, including pass the hash attack. This attack obtains password hashes without the use of brute force, which means if one computer with local admin rights is compromised within your IT environment, it can slowly move laterally in your environment and collect password information from anybody who's remotely logged on to that computer. It can get the password hashes of those users and use them to escalate privilege. The local administrator password solution can help mitigate attacks and also act as a central repository of local administrator passwords in Active Directory without the need for additional software applications or special hardware. Labs uses group policy client-side extensions that generate random passwords for every member on the domain. It also automatically generates new passwords upon expiration, which are stored in a secure attribute inside the computer's AD computer account. A domain administrator can then allow a preferred set of users to read these passwords using their own AD credentials. Since Labs contains domain-wide local administrator security information, it is essential to monitor and audit Labs. Taking a look at the Labs audit reports from ADAudit Plus, again hit / or you can also do Control and space tab and just type in LAPS. You get the Labs password read report. So here I choose my domain, and all the results and of all activity that has been going on within my environment shows up here. Let me give you a demonstration. So I open the Labs UI, ADAP-WS. I put in my computer name. For which computer do I want to find the local admin credentials? I hit search, and yeah, the password. This is the local admin password for computer ADAP-WS. Now, when I go to since ADAudit Plus collects information in real time, if I go to my lapse report, password read report, here is what I see. I see Mark has read ADAP-WS's password at 7:36 a.m. and the authenticating DC was ADAP-WS adap.workshop.com, and this is the attributes read. You can also monitor password expiration time changes. For example, and I set the password expiration time 6 months to December 26, 2018. I set this variable. This time window is more than sufficient for anybody to capture your password credentials. ADAudit Plus helps you monitor password expiration time changes. Let me take you to that report, password expiration time changes, and here I have it. Mark has modified ADAP WS expiration time, the modified attribute. What was the new value, and what was the old value? So this is very important information that ADAudit Plus gives you. Moving over to customizing ADAudit Plus to better suit your specific needs. So custom reports. What do I have for you in custom reports? So ADAudit Plus is all about customization. We want to give the power to you. We want to enable you to audit any information that you want from your Active Directory. Apart from these 200 plus canned reports on user logon activity, hybrid logon activity, file auditing reports, server auditing reports, we audit ADFS, EMC Isilon, NetApp, and the list just keeps getting longer. If you can't find a report that you are searching for, you can simply customize your own report. Let me search for custom reports. All right. Let me show you how to create one. So here, I enter the report name, the description. Let us say, for example, you want to create a custom report that monitors modified account expires attribute. Let me show you. So here I have the report named modified account expires attribute report. What does this report do? It lists users whose account expires attribute has been modified. And which domain am I monitoring? adap.workshop.com. Do I need a tabular view or a graphical view? I'm very much tabular view is very much sufficient for this. I choose the objects to be monitored, the AD objects the users created, deleted, enabled, locked out users, unlocked users, password changed users, and I click next. So this takes me to the available columns. You can choose to have or not to have a particular column. In this case, I don't want to have the remarks column, so I just click the remarks and remove it from here. Do I want to have a chart? No, I don't. The filters, you can set the default duration to last 30 days. You can select this from a list, a drop down of 24 hours. You can even put in your own custom time frame, the modified attributes, the attributes that you can monitor, the function equals or not equals, and here I've set it to be equal to the account expires attribute. So do I want to schedule this? How often do I want this report to run? But if I want to save this report somewhere else, I can do that too. We'll be delving into this next, but for now, let's just look at this custom report. I save the information. All right. So now let me take a look at this report. So here I have the caller user SID, from where the action has occurred, when, the domain, the username. I can even have the old and new value here. Apply the settings. The old value was account expire was to never, and the new value is such. Let me show you. So I go to dsa.msc. So I choose which user I want to modify. Let me choose, in this case, Mark. So here, so I have modified the account expires attribute. So here I have which SID, from where, when, and the old value and the new value. So this is something that you can do almost anything, any report you can generate with ADAudit Plus. You can also schedule reports. So that moving over to scheduling reports. Let us say you want to schedule a new report. Schedule 1, or let us say monthly report. April's report. And I can choose from the already available reports the user logon reports, log off reports. Any report that you can generate in ADAudit Plus can be scheduled. So let me choose ADFS auditing, success, and these three reports. I just want to do ADFS auditing for the month of April. How often? Hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly? At what time do I want to generate this report? I set that at 5 a.m. every morning. Do I want business hour data, non-business hour data, or all data? And I can even store these reports in a local path. This is where I'm going to schedule my report. The format, we support PDF, XLS, CSV, HTML formats. So let me save and test this report now. You can even email this report. You can even schedule ADAudit Plus to email a report every day. This is the power of ADAudit Plus. So let me just save and test this report for you now. My computer, I go to C, go to ADAudit Plus, Web Apps, ADAP, Schedule Reports, workshop.com, and here I have the report that I have scheduled. So I have 0 extranet lockouts. This is all about scheduling reports. Moving over, let me take you into dashboard customization. What you see here is ADAudit Plus's dashboard. You can customize this dashboard to store or to show you any information that you want to see. I have my dashboard configured such that I see the top user logon failures, the account management. I can even see the last day's information or the previous 2 days information, logon failures, peak logon hour usage, password change users, and I even have a summary view. ADFS logon history is also here. Any report that you can find in ADAudit Plus, you can choose to put that report on the dashboard. For example, I want to put the user attendance onto my dashboard. All right. So here, you see the add to dashboard, and you can even choose the time interval, the last day or last week, the last 1 week or the last month. I choose the last day, done, and this report now shows up on my dashboard. Moving over to global exclude, ADAudit Plus collects information from all AD objects within your Active Directory. Let me take you to this global exclude configuration. So here I can add an exclude rule. I can tell ADAudit Plus, hey, don't collect information for this event ID. So I put in the event ID 4625. Say you don't want 4624 account logon information. And here, this brings up the various variables that I can choose not to audit. But I would recommend you not to exclude any event from ADAP, as we've already excluded the unwanted information. ADAudit Plus has already done this for you. We have sorted all your AD logs, and we only collect information that we feel is absolutely necessary. But even if you still feel that no, this event is just flooding my security log, you can always choose to exclude that particular event from your event viewer or from ADAudit Plus. You can even put in the machine type. You can choose to exclude this event only from domain controllers or only from member servers or file servers or workstations. ADAudit Plus gives you the liberty to do this. Alerts and script automation. This is something interesting. This is what I've been waiting to talk to you all for all this while. Alerts. So now, ADAudit Plus is a real-time Active Directory auditing, monitoring, reporting, and alerting solution, as all of us know. Any action, you can configure an alert for any action that has been done within your AD environment. For example, let me show you the alerts that I've already got configured. So I have automatic user disable non-business hour logon attempt. So I click modify this report. The name, I've named this report as automatic user account disable non-business hour logon attempt. So I want to monitor activity, or I want to receive an alert whenever somebody attempts to log on during non-business hours. Let us say your organization works on a very strict business hour timing, and you do not want anybody to log into your system or log into your network during non-business hours. ADAudit Plus can alert you when somebody tries to do this, or you can even configure or automate a script to automatically disable that particular user account. This is how you do it. I've set the severity to critical. I choose which report profile I want from this list. So I can choose the alert from any of these report profiles. I've chosen all user logon activity and the alert message. So the format is you can even add variables into your alert message. So here I have the variable user. So this puts in the user's name into the message that you're going to receive as the alert. So this user has attempted to log on to a critical server during non-business hours. The account has been disabled. So this is the alert that you're going to receive. So since it's a non-business hour logon attempt, I'm going to go into advanced configurations and I'm going to configure non-business hours. You can even configure your mail server to get notified via email, and you can also get SMS notifications by configuring the SMS gateway. I do not choose to do so, as I'm going to show you the alert right within ADAudit Plus from the dashboard. And I'm going to execute this script. You can execute .bat files, PowerShell scripts, .exe files. All you've got to do is follow this syntax. You've got to put in the right script file path followed by the command line variables. For example, PowerShell.exe, the path, and the username. So now that I've configured my alert, and I'd like to add this. You can even add variables to this. You can add failure code, the event SID, record name. In this case, I've added the username. So this passes this information to your script so that it can act accordingly. So let me update the script. Alright, let me attempt to perform a logon. I've set my business hours to, let me show you my business hour configuration. So I've set my business hours to work from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Right now it's 7:27 a.m. So let me PASS@123. The user account is currently disabled and can't be used. So this is the power of ADAudit Plus. You can configure any script to perform any action that you want it to perform. ADAudit Plus gives you this customizability. It enables you to create or to set up an alert for any activity within your environment. It not only does that, it also enables you, it empowers you to automate an action based on a script. So let me take you into delegation or role-based administration. When you go into the admin tab, you have something called the technician. So this allows you to delegate your IT administration tasks to your peers so that you can share the work. Herein, I have Peter Parker, whose role is an administrator. I can add a technician. I can view roles. If I want to set up a particular role, I can configure a role. This allows you to fine-grained configuration of the various roles or the privileges that this particular technician role has. For example, you can enable him to read AD reports, file audit report, the entire file audit reports, other AD reports, DNS reports, GPO reports alone. You can allow him to set up alerts, or you can allow him just to read alerts. You can allow him to archive, restore archive events, import logs, and forward logs to any SIEM tool. Most of us must face auditors during IT security audits. And during that time, we don't feel it's a very comfortable period for us because the auditors keep pestering us for reports on this, reports on that. If you have ADAudit Plus, you can configure a role called auditor, and you can give him read writes for all your reports so that he can collect all the information that he requires right within ADAudit Plus. How easy would this make our jobs? Archiving and indexing. ADAudit Plus comes with an inbuilt database, and you can even archive events from ADAudit Plus. So let me hit / as usual, ARCHI, archive events. And here are the various categories that I have. I have account creation, ADFS auditing, server audit reports, DNS server audit reports, and this is the disk consumption. This is the size of the files that these audit reports consume. You can choose to archive these events so that you free up your database, and you can also search from these archived events. You can specify which particular reports or tables alone you want to archive and leave the rest in the database. 70% of the time, it is log on, log off activity that consumes most of your database storage. You can search for archived files from here. So this is the date. Which category of reports is this? I can choose to index these files, and I can search for any information that I want from these files. You can search for user logon activity, user logon failures, or any information from I guess I haven't done any changes during this period. The last and final section that we'd be covering is the Alert Me tab in ADAudit Plus. With ADAudit Plus, you can tell it to send you an email whenever ADAudit Plus is unable to collect event log data from security logs, whenever the disk space falls below the threshold value, or whenever your license is going to expire, or even when the syslog stops listening. So ADAudit Plus is intelligent enough to send you an email telling it, hey, I'm unable to collect events from the log, or my disk space is below the threshold. This is the power of ADAudit Plus. With this, we've come to the end of today's session. To give you a recap of what we've been doing today, we've learned how to enhance network security by forwarding logs to our SIEM solution. We've learned how to use labs, password read and modify actions, how to audit them. We've learned to customize ADAudit Plus to suit our specific needs. In the previous 3 weeks, we've learned how to get our Active Directory environment set up so that we ensure that ADAudit Plus collects all security information, wherein we've learned how ADAudit Plus helps overcome the limitations of native auditing. We've configured the required audit policies, advanced audit policies, the SACLs, and we've also enforced the advanced audit policies. Further, we went through the system requirements, the privileges required, and other prerequisites for the optimal functioning of ADAudit Plus. On day 2, we discussed about the indispensable AD reports and alerts that help meet security and compliance needs, wherein we tracked user logon and log off activity. We detected and analyzed user account lockouts. We tracked privileged group membership changes and other administrative user actions. Day 3 was getting more than just Active Directory auditing from ADAudit Plus, wherein we audited hybrid Active Directory environments. We learned how to get all the information within a single pane of glass. We monitored employee productivity. We learned how to audit EMC and NAS NetApp file storages. And today was getting the most out of ADAudit Plus. I would like to take this time to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking time away from your busy schedule and joining me in this workshop series. It was an immense pleasure to be the host of this workshop series, and you have been a lovely audience. If you have any feedback, please feel free to put them in at the end of the session. There'll be a feedback survey. And I assure you that I take your feedback very seriously, and I will do my best. I will put in my best efforts to work on them. If you have any feature request, or if you have missed out, or anything, just anything of that sort, please feel free to do so. Get in touch with me with the email ID that is here, mark.lloyd@manageengine.com, or you can even contact support@ADauditPlus.com. If you have any questions, post this. I will be available here for the next 10 minutes. If you need the recordings of any of these sessions, please put in your email IDs and I will definitely send a copy of the recordings to you. So that's it from me. Thank you. I'll be here for the next 10 minutes, so please shoot in your questions.